China has a history steeped in legend and myth. With such a vast, varied landscape and a culture which goes back many thousands of years, it's no surprise that there are things yet to be discovered, hiding in the dense forests, mountain ranges, and grassy plains of that incredible place. No one knows for sure what exactly these cryptids that we're about to talk about are, only that they are unknown to science and cause fear in all of those who encounter them. Here are 10 creepy cryptids discovered in China. Number 10 are the beasts of Qianxi Lake. With over 24,000 lakes, many of China's undiscovered creatures remain hidden from modern eyes by murky waters. In the Qianxi Mountains at nearly 2,000 meters above sea level, Tianchu Lake is the deepest mountain lake within Chinese borders. In these unexplored waters, a strange creature has been sighted many times. Often referred to as a beast or monster, it has been seen numerous times over the last century. Several images and videos of it have been captured with its gray body swimming beneath the surface. Whatever it is, it's massive, and several of these creatures have been witnessed chasing each other, swimming as fast as a sailing boat at top speed. One witness in particular stated their fins, or maybe wings, were longer than their bodies. Many there now fear for their safety from these monsters and do not go near the water. Number 9 is the Latuolay. There are huge stretches of land in China which are relatively difficult to reach. Inside such places, far away from the sprawling population centers of the country, there are strange tales of a four-legged animal known as the Latuolay. What's terrifying about these creatures is that eyewitness testimonies about it are detailed and consistent. A Latuolay is said to be a vicious mammal, which is often depicted as a cross between a giant wolf and a hyena. Others say that the animal has a protruding snout like that of a horse, but with a mouth filled with razor-sharp teeth. Some believe this creature may be an extinct animal known as a hyaeodon. These animals are thought to be gone, but could they still be out there in the Chinese wilderness, waiting to pounce on those unfortunate to cross paths with them? Number 8 is the Jinmen. Sometimes descriptions of unknown creatures defy not only explanation, but reason. The believable testimonies of those unfortunate to see such things paint a picture of something which simply should not exist. There are several accounts throughout China of people coming into contact with something that they can only describe as somewhere between an animal and a tree. In fact, in some of these terrifying encounters, these bizarre creatures are described as having a central trunk, but with two eyes and a mouth which is too human-like to bear looking at. Some researchers have suggested that these creatures are the legendary Jinmen from Chinese folklore. The Jinmen were described as trees which bore fruit looking like a human head. Whatever people are seeing out there, it's bizarre and not something that the human mind can easily grasp. Number 7 is the flying jellyfish. On October 19, 1998, Chinese military operatives picked up a strange object on their radar. The blip at first appeared like an aircraft, and those involved were worried that it was from an enemy country. However, when the strange radar anomaly was investigated, it was revealed to be an unknown and bizarre life form. The creature was spotted in Qianxi in the Hebei province, and several witnesses who saw it likened it to a giant floating jellyfish in the sky. 6 military jets were scrambled to intercept the creature as it was massive in size and deemed a threat to human life. Over 140 people witnessed the cryptid, which appeared to have glowing skin. When the jets got closer to the creature, it moved higher up into the atmosphere and remains one of the best documented and strangest cryptid encounters of all time. Number 6 are sky serpents. When looking for previously undiscovered animals, we often look around the landscape to see if there's any evidence of something unknown to science. However, one of the reasons why some creatures are so elusive is because they don't spend much time down on the ground with us. Instead, they live up in the air currents above us. We only need to look up to see them. The Chinese sky serpent is a great example of this. Many people have spotted this unknown creature flying up above through the air, and while no one is exactly sure what they are, eyewitnesses report that they have long, elongated bodies like a snake. These bodies undulate in a strange motion as though this is what propels them up into the sky. Some believe that these unnerving creatures are the very real inspiration for mythological dragons, and that they occasionally swoop to rain terror down upon us. Number 5 are the Wuhan Toads. Visitors to the Baofeng Lake claim to have encountered huge amphibious creatures which resemble giant toads. These claims could be dismissed if there hadn't been so many of them. The toads are said to be albino in color, larger than a human being, and to be extremely territorial and aggressive. So much so, in fact, that they are known to chase people down in search of their next meal. Local fishermen and visitors to this remote region of China first documented the Wuhan Toads back in 1962. A group of locals were tired of being attacked by the toad creatures, and so they threw dynamite into the lake in the hopes that the explosions would wipe the creatures out. Unfortunately, this only made them more aggressive against human beings, and now those in the area have to avoid the lake for fear that they will be eaten. Number 4 is Yerin. In North America, people have been seeing Bigfoot for centuries. It's no surprise then that China has a number of unknown ape-like creatures of its own. One of these is referred to as the Yerin or man monkey. This primate is mysterious in nature and has red and white hair all over its body. It's said to be around 2.4 meters tall and has an unusually large jaw. Over 400 people have encountered the Yerin, and many of these witnesses have described the ape-like creature as having huge horse-shaped teeth with a sunken, almost human face. Previously thought to be non-violent, in a 1980 article, a woman reported that she had been kidnapped by a Yerin and crossbred with it. The offspring died at 22 years of age before the article was published. But most disturbingly, when his bones were analyzed, experts agreed that he had an unusual skeleton for a human being. Number 3 are unknown big cats. China has a rich and diverse animal population. Among its large predatory cat species, you can find leopards, snow leopards, and tigers. These animals have been discovered and cataloged by science, but with such a vast wilderness, there are many who believe that there are other mysterious cat species waiting to be uncovered. Often referred to as phantom cats, these animals are massive, dangerous hunters which are easily large enough to take down a human being. There have been countless sightings of such animals, and science has yet to discover what they really are. One theory is that they may be a species which were previously thought extinct in the region, or related to the fabled blue tiger. Others suggest that these are not cats at all, and are actually four-legged creatures unlike anything humanity has ever seen before. Number 2 is the Birdman. One of the unnerving things about these strange creatures is that they often seem familiar to us. They are very similar to cryptids people have encountered across the Western world. This is the case with the Birdman, which sounds spookily like America's own Mothman creature. The Mothman himself is a winged humanoid with huge eyes, which reportedly appears right before a tragedy occurs. The Birdman in China is said to have the same winged outline, but with a hideous human face. With sharp talons and a wingspan wider than a bus is long, these creatures seem built more for direct attack than being mere omens. Sightings of the Birdman have been made across China, suggesting that it isn't localized to any one region, which begs the question, can it travel far enough to reach those who live outside of China? And number 1 is Qianxi. Most people have a natural fear of snakes. For some, this is a phobia, but for most of us, it's an uncomfortable feeling that we just shouldn't be near them. This is undoubtedly a product of evolution helping us to avoid danger, but even those who like to keep snakes as pets would think twice about touching the Qianxi. This snake was first described in Chinese mythology, but it has since been cited many times. It reportedly grows so long that it can consume an entire elephant whole. Between its scales, it has spines which grow upward, protecting it from attack. Interestingly, this gigantic snake appears to have a dormant aspect of its life cycle, as it spends most of its time living underground, deep beneath the towering mountains of China. Very rarely it slithers out from its cave in search of food, and when this happens, there's no escape. As always, thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing to my channel, and a very special thank you to all of my channel members, especially the names you see on your screen right now. Every single one of you helps keep my channel going. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.